Okay. So till when we have developed? Till this academics page we have started a little bit. So from here we need to start. Before that, we can add a background color to this header. So what we can do is, I'll close this. I'll open the CSS. Okay. It is coming. Naveen joined. Okay, as I said, what I'm gonna do is we are gonna add a background color here. So TH table class TD, table class TH. So only for TH we want background color. So background color, you can say Alice blue. This one we could here. Gray shader itself we can give. You can give light gray color shade. Most of the time we will go with the design. The designer will give the color code. But who are interested in designing, and then people who has creativity can go with their thing. But mostly if the company follows the design, we need to follow that perfectly. In some companies, they might say, no, mostly there will be having a design. Otherwise, in some pages, for some small pages, they can say, okay, design on your own. I haven't done that till now, but there are some small, in some companies they'll tell. So what we did is for TH we have applied background color. So every time you notice to the styles will be applied whether to the TD or TH mostly for padding and those stuffs. So mostly we'll be playing around with the TH tag and TD tags in the table. The next part is we are gonna make it look a little bit better. Software exposure thing. So what we have to do, this 1 and 2 has come outside of the container, so we want to keep it inside. So what we want to do is we want to add space before this. So what we need to do, we are going to add padding left 40 pixel. So if I give left 40 pixel, it came inside. And what I need the distance between these two lines. As you already know, line height of 2 I can give. Yeah, it looks better. So the same thing I need first we'll do. For OL tag, we are gonna give this 2. So always try to use this inspect element and try to give it here and then apply there. Otherwise, if you want to change some values like 40 pixel, I can reduce and check whether it looks good. If I'm clicking on it, and then uh, if you press down arrow or up arrow, the values will be increased and decreased. Based on that, you can check the real output here. My system is a little bit slow. You can see. So to check it here, so directly try to use this console. This console. I have a habit of using console. Okay, copy. I'm copying this and then going to add it in a OL. So the style got applied. So other thing is we want to in these areas too, we want to make it inside. So UL. So UL also what we're gonna do the same style because we need to keep it in the same line. So we can give the grouping selectors concept and then I gave UL. So it got aligned on its own. This too got aligned on its own. Why? Because this tag is also UL tag. So UL tag we have applied. This also applied on its own because this is also a OL tag. Already OL tag we have given the styles. So to the tag we have applied the styles. It automatically got applied till here. So for all the ULLI tags, it got applied and then it looks decent. This is the power of grouping selectors and also selectors concept. If we give a UL and then we are applying, it will get applied to all. So here, this personal details is also in the form of table structure. Can you see this is a table structure? To make it, I have written one style like I have just added border to this table. To this table, sorry. To this table, I have added a class personal details. To the personal details, I have given border to the TR of personal details, TD of personal details, and TH. So I have just added a border here just to tell you that this is also in the table structure. By seeing here itself, you can understand. But just to make you understand where is the TD tags present. So these are all the TDs present. So we want spacing between this. So what we will do usually for the spacing, nothing but the padding in the box model. So padding, what we want to do is padding. We want to add padding. So to the TD, I think there is no TH tag here because there is no heading. So I can make it padding 20 pixel. So for all the four sides, 20 pixel will get applied. You can remove the border. It is little bit high. So I can say 20 in the left and right. For top and bottom, I can give 10 pixel. Padding top and padding bottom 10 pixel. So this thing will be reduced and top and bottom the padding value is reduced and left and right it is maintaining 20 pixel. If you hover over on it, 20 pixel. 20 pixel and top and bottom 10 pixel. So yeah, this also looks good. So we'll move on to the next section. The next section is forms. Yeah. What we want to do first. Somebody has joined, I think. Okay. What are the things we want to do for what we can do is label. For label, we can add a style. Wait, I'll add width here because each of the labels are at the left. What to say? The what is that? Field. Each field values like this text input and then this email ID input and all are starting from different places. But I want I want layout like name, email ID, and password, and confirm password and gender. These should come in a straight line, and others should come from the other from the same line after giving some space. So what we need to give is, we need to give a width to the label. First, we will add a label class here. Label, and then I'm going to give width of 100 pixel. So each label should take 100 pixel width, so that all the other elements will come in the same line. So I'm giving width. Whether it got applied? No. Why? It is a label is an inline element. For inline element, we cannot give width. So what we can do, the other thing is display block. So if I give display block, it comes in the next line, right? That is the property of display block. But I don't want that too, because I want it in the same line, but I want to apply some width to it. So if you want to make, there is a thing called inline block. So there is a display value called inline block. Whenever we want to add width or some paddings to it, padding will apply to the inline element. Padding also won't apply, I think. Adding 100 pixel. Padding and all applying. If you want to apply width to the inline element, we want to make it to display inline block. It is kind of, we are making it a block element, not it won't come in the next lines. That's it. So if you want to add a width to the element a, sometimes a tag also, sometimes to a tags we will apply width. It won't apply for the a tag. So that time you need to make it as inline element to inline block. For now, keep it like this, and then while working, you will understand. So inline block, I can change the color also to CCC. Dark gray color, I can change label. Font size. Okay, I'll apply these styles to the label. Width I can increase a little bit also. Fine. For now, I have all the lines are coming in the same. I can increase a little. Fine. All comes in the same line. Then we can do, okay, what it done is, for here also there is a label. So if it applied to this label also, this width, since we don't want that, we can add a class for this labels. Okay. Madana says display எதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்றோம்னு தமிழ்ல சொல்லுங்கன்னு. There is Hina, I think. Okay, Hina is there. Okay, நான் தமிழ்ல சொல்றேன். டிஸ்பிளே இன்லைன் பிளாக் எதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்றோம்னா, இப்போ எனக்கு வந்து இதெல்லாம் இல்லைன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. எனக்கு வந்துட்டு இந்த இதுக்கு வந்து ஒரு சம் வித் வேணும். ஏன்னா நான் வித் கொடுத்தாதான் இந்த ஃபார்ம் எலமெண்ட்ஸ்ல ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் அலைன் ஆகும். லேபிள் எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரு வித் கொடுக்கணும். ஸோ நான் என்ன பண்றேன், வித் 200ன்னு கொடுக்குறேன். பட் வித் 200 கொடுத்தா அப்ளை ஆகாது. ஏன்னா இன்லைன் எலமெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு வித் அப்ளை ஆகாது. இது ஒரு காமன் கொஸ்டின். இன்லைன் எலமெண்ட்டுக்கு வித் அப்ளை ஆகாது. ஸோ வித் அப்ளை பண்ண வைக்கணும்னா நம்ம இன்லைனுக்கு டிஸ்பிளே இன்லைன் பிளாக்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம வந்து ஆட் பண்ணாதான் அது வந்துட்டு வித் அப்ளை ஆகும். ஸோ இட் இஸ் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் இன்லைன் எலமெண்ட்டை பிளாக் எலமெண்ட்டாக மாற்றுற மாதிரி, ரெண்டுத்துக்கும் நடுவில் மாதிரி கைண்ட் ஆஃப். ஸோ இப்போதைக்கு இது போதும். லைக் எப்பயாவது வித் அப்ளை பண்ணணும், அந்த மாதிரி சில இது வந்து இன்லைன் எலமெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு அப்ளை ஆகாது. எப்போல்லாம் அது அப்ளை ஆகலையோ வி வாண்ட் டு அதை வந்து நம்ம வந்து சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிக்கணும், இன்லைன் டு இன்லைன் பிளாக்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அவ்வளோதான். இப்போதைக்கு இப்படி சிம்பிளாக ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. ஓகே. So I'm going to add a class now because there are two labels. There are many labels. There are inside also there are many labels. So I'm going to add a class name as label. Only for the okay. So I have added class name. So I need to change. This is not a tag. This is a class. So I have added a dot there to make it done. Fine. So what next? What we want is we need a space between this. So what we can add only to the we should not add to this and then each things we don't want to style each element. So what we want to do is we can wrap this whole label and input tag. Wait, because previously also we have added break here. So we won't add break like this to make it bring it next line. So why we added is we want to bring this thing to next line, right? So usually we won't do this. What we will do is we will wrap this two elements inside a div. So div is a block element. Automatically, it will in the next will come to the next line. So like this, we want to add to all the classes instead of break. So if we add like you have done the same already here. When we want to group a particular elements, and then we want to add some spacing and those steps and background. Sometimes you may want to apply for some division. Those cases we need to add a division. When you start working and then practicing, you'll come to know where you want to add a div. Example I can give is this is one section. So this section should be grouped. I can say this is from here, the black starts here and this black ends here. So I want to give a background color black here. So I need to wrap this whole content inside the div, and then I need to give a background to this class. See, if you inspect this, they would have done that only. They might add, okay, there is a thing called section tag, same like division tag. That is a semantic class. We can add section tag or division tag. Both are the same tag, just the name varies. This tells meaningful name like section. So for now, keep it as a section tag. So see here, this is a section tag. This another one is a section. So why they have made it in a section? So for this, they'll apply some background. Actually, this is a background image they have added. We can add red color too. They have added some other things. I can check it here. For this division, for this section, I can add a background red. So it got. So whenever we want to apply some styling like background, we will use the section or division. But while practicing, you'll come to know you automatically will write this in a section because it is a section. It is a division. Total one is division. So the next one is division. Inside this, to group this three. 1, 2, 3, we will add, because we need to add padding here, right? Padding here. In this thing needs a padding. So what you'll do, we will wrap everything inside a division, and then we will add a padding to this division. This, you can see, I'm not sure. They'll do that. Yeah, division. So to this division, they'll apply padding. So while start writing, you'll come to know if we develop this. After I have completed this class, you can do all the stuffs. You can develop these things. Maybe some small things you cannot do, but other than that, after I complete today's class, you can complete this on your own. So I just want to say, okay, division, how they'll use in between, but we'll go back to our resume project. So we have added, we need to wrap everything inside a div, and then we can say form element. So I can wrap it. I'm removing the break tags everywhere, and then I'm adding a div. Okay. Now you can clearly see I have added a division with a form element to all the places. So nothing changes because we have just added a division tag. So what I'm going to do is, to this division tag, I'm going to apply some padding. To this form element, dot form element, padding 10. So yeah, now it looks better. So if you hover over it, we have applied some padding. We can say margin also, or we can say margin bottom alone. Mostly we will give this thing only, margin bottom, because it is a separation between two sections or divisions. We will use margin. If you want to add a space inside the section, don't want to confuse much, but mostly if you want to add spacing between two sections, because this division and this division is a separate division, right? This is one group and this is another group. To add a spacing between these two groups, mostly we will use margin. So margin bottom I'm giving, margin bottom we can add 20. So we have achieved the same layout as before. So the whole form element, what we can do is, form we can make it little bit inside. So form we can give padding. So like this only you'll style each tag, and then form is a tag. So we can give padding 10 pixel. 20. Yeah, the spacing got added. You can check here. Spacing got added. So next thing is we can style this input element. So for this input element, how I can style is, I can add a class to it and then I can style, because there are, for the input element there are other This is also an input element. Radio button is also an input element. So for this, I need to add, for this kind of box elements, I need to add different stylings, and then I need to, for here, I don't want some stylings, like if I'm adding, I can say input, adding 20 pixel. So I want some spacing in between, not getting applied here. Some stylings. Okay, border I can add. Border 2 pixels, solid, red. Hmm. Why it is not getting applied input tag? Somewhere, okay. By the this is what actually I wanted to tell you guys, but previously in the browser itself, some default stylings got applied. In reset CSS, see, in reset CSS, not in reset CSS, in browser itself, I can say input. Input, what I have added, border. Much really. What I wanted to say is, we will use like this, like input type equal to checkbox, because if I apply, we can take this example. This is also an input tag. This is also an input tag, because submit. But for button, I don't need some border. I want some border of gray color to these box elements, but not to my button. So what I want to do is, usually what you'll do, what will be your suggestion will be like, we can add a class here. Yeah, we can add a class here, but we need to tell, before adding a class, instead of adding class, we have another method. Easily we can achieve that. What is that is, we can say input of type equal to checkbox, like this. So our time will get reduced by adding a class there. So I can say input of type equal to text. So input of type equal to text, comma, input of type equal to password. For these two, I'm applying. I thought some sound was coming. What mistake I'm doing? There should not be space. Okay. So input of type password, and then input of type text. So to these things, I can add a red color. So mostly for here and then here and then here and here. Now we, for all these things, we want same styling. So instead of going for a class, because here for the text area, I may want different height like this. But for the input tag, I want small. I want only 30 pixel of height. Here I want 200 pixel of height. So if I add a class to make, I need to add a different class to it, and then I want to add a different class to this. So when we go for classes, when all the divisions or all the sections or all the tags needs the same styling, that time only we will go for the class, and then we will add those properties there. But here I want, for this I want different style, this I want different style. So instead of writing class in each thing, I can use this thing, input type equal to text, password, and input. What is this input? Email ID type equal to email y input spelling mistake. Spelling mistake is there. Input type equal to email. So it got applied. So we can make little bit better, 10 pixel, and then we can go for the gray color itself. Kind of little bit dark color. For left and right, I want some spacing, but top and bottom I want little bit of spacing. So 5 pixel I'm giving. Here I can give dark gray itself. Dark gray. Yeah, it got applied. So border radius actually I can apply. What is that border radius? I'll show you. If I give border radius 5, here this got rounded corner. It becomes rounded corner to 5 pixel of amount. If I give 10 pixel, the rounded corner, the corner round will be more. So for now we can give 3 or 4 pixel or 5 is enough max. So to make it a rounded corner, we will add, what is that? Border radius. What we can add then? Yeah, here we can add, here also we can add some height. Height is too small. So what you need to do is form element select dot form element. You can say form element select or form, because mostly we will in a page there might be 2 or 3 more forms in a page. So we will mostly write using a parent element. சொல்லுங்கள்.
மேம் இந்த இன்புட் டைப் அது வந்து சிங்கிள் லைன்ல எழுதலாமா? CSSல
CSSல நீங்க எப்படி வேணா எழுதலாம். இப்படி எழுதலாம். கமா மட்டும் தான் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்.
ஒரு இன்புட் கமா போட்டு
இப்படி கமா கண்டிப்பா போடணும். இது வந்து குரூப்பிங் மாதிரி தான்.
ஒரே ஒரு இன்புட் போட்டுட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரே எழுதலாமா?
அப்படி எழுதக்கூடாது. இதுதான் சின்டாக்ஸ்.
ஓகே.
கமா நடுவுல இருக்கணும். அவ்வளவுதான். என்னது?
இதுல மட்டும் தான் யூஸ் பண்ணனும் அப்படிங்கறதுக்காண்டி தான் நம்ம அந்த ஸ்கொயர் பிராக்கெட்ல போடுறோமோ?
இது வந்து சின்டாக்ஸ். இன்புட் ஆஃப் டைப் ஈக்குவல் டெக்ஸ்ட். டெக்ஸ்ட்
அது எதுக்கு நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம்?
அதான் டெக்ஸ்ட் இன்புட் எதுக்கெல்லாம். இப்போ வந்து இதுல வந்து டெக்ஸ்ட் இருக்கு. அடுத்து இது எல்லாமே இது வந்து பாஸ்வேர்டோடது கரெக்டா டைப். இது வந்து டெக்ஸ்ட் ஏரியா. சோ இப்போ நான் டைரக்டா இன்புட்னு கொடுத்தேன்னு வெச்சுக்கோவேன். இதுவும் இன்புட். எல்லாமே இன்புட் டாக் கரெக்டா. இதுவும் இன்புட் டாக். இதுவும் இன்புட் டாக். சோ நான் ஒரு ஸ்டைல வந்துட்டு டைரக்டா இன்புட் டாக்க்கு அப்ளை பண்ணேன்னா, இது இல்லாம ஒரு ஸ்டைல டைரக்டா இன்புட் டாக்க்கு அப்ளை பண்ணேன்னா ரெட் கலர் கொடுத்துக்கலாம், அப்பதான் தெரியும். ரெட் எனக்கு இங்க எல்லாம் அப்ளை ஆகுது, இங்கேயும் அப்ளை ஆகுது. பட் எனக்கு இங்க தேவையில்லை. ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் இட் ஹியர். சோ அப்ப நான் என்ன பண்ணணும்? இதுக்கு மட்டும் ஒரு கிளாஸ் ஆட் பண்ணி அதுக்கு மட்டும் நான் அந்த ஸ்டைல் அப்ளை பண்ணணும் கரெக்டா? சோ அப்ப கிளாஸ் ஆட் பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா ஆல்ரெடி நமக்கு ஒரு ப்ரொவிஷன் இருக்கு. என்னன்னா இப்படி கொடுத்துக்கலாம். டைப் பாஸ்வேர்டுக்கு அடுத்து இமெயிலுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ஸ்டைலிங்க்கு எல்லாம் இந்த ஸ்டைல் அப்ளை பண்ணு. சோ இந்த பட்டன் இது வந்து பட்டன் டைப், சப்மிட் டைப் இல்ல. சோ சப்மிட் டைப்புக்கு இந்த ரெட் அப்ளை ஆகாது. சோ எதுக்கெல்லாம் வேணுமோ அதை சேவ் பண்றேன். எதுக்கெல்லாம் வேணுமோ அதுக்கு மட்டும் அப்ளை பண்ணிக்கோ அப்படின்னு சொல்றதுக்காக தான் இது யூஸ் பண்றோம்.
ஓகே மேம்.
டைரக்டா இன்புட்னு போடுறதுக்கு பதிலா எதுக்கு வேணுமோ அதுக்கு மட்டும் பண்ணு அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு தான். This comma is just like a grouping. I can write it like this. தனியா இப்படி எழுதலாம். இப்படி காப்பி பண்ணி இதே ஸ்டைல ரிப்பீட் பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா we are writing in a same line. So enter பண்ணி for better readability I have given this spacing. So what we are going to do is for select box we are going to give height. Select height of 25 pixel and then padding of 5 pixel. Yeah, this looks better, little bit better. And then to the text area I'm going to give form element of text area. I'm going to give some height to it, height of 250 pixel. No, 100 pixel we can keep. Width also I may need. For all the things I can give width. Okay, with 200. Here also I can. Not for the label, for the input I want. So all the things are in the same width. Pixel we can go to everything. 250. Because of this padding, the height is the width will be with this little bit different there. Padding. So all comes in the same line. Here also we can apply the same, if you want the same width, we can apply that padding. We can do it however we want. So mostly this section is looks little bit good, except the button. So for the button, I think I'm going too slow. Or the speed is enough. I feel it's low. Or shall I go in the same speed? Okay, இதுக்கு same speed இல்ல fast போகவா? Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. Submit. To the submit button, okay, I can add like type submit input of type submit. I can add background color and then I can say width of 300 pixel and choose some dark colors. Okay, some dark blues. I don't want this much also, 150 pixel. Width I gave, but color does not look good. And then there is a border is there with gray color something. Default border is there. I don't want that. So if I don't want that border, I can give border none. So border none I can apply. Border went. You can see border. Previously there was a border here. There is a border. There is a border here. If I give border none, the border will get removed. And then I need some spacing also. So padding I'm giving. Padding of 10 pixel. Yeah. Width I can reduce little bit also. Okay, this looks better. Color is not visible. So color I'm gonna give. Yeah. And then while hovering over it, I want a hand symbol because you might have seen while hovering over if the user want to click something there we will change it to hand symbol. So cursor pointer. If I give cursor pointer, yeah. Oh, I was in Zoom that time. So font size is not visible much. So font size we can make it to 15 pixel or even 18 pixel. This looks better. I need some space. I want to make it here. I don't want in the left. I want to make it in the right side. So what I want to do is the width till here is, this is the width from the label. So margin, sorry, 200 pixel width is there for these labels. So 200 pixel I need to add spacing for the submit button. So what I need to do is for the submit tag, margin left, I need to give margin left of 200 pixel, maybe 205. There is some other space also there. Pixel. So it came in the same line. So margin left I'm adding. So here you can, for revising I'm saying, what will happen if I'm adding padding left here? They're saying padding we can apply for spacing, but if I apply here, what will do? Padding for this will apply inside of the element. Background will apply to the padding, right? So inside of the element, padding will get applied. So we want the space outside of the element where the background is there. So we should add margin, not padding here. That's why every time after started working, you will come to know. For these kind of things, margins will get applied to two elements. To make space in between this thing, padding will get applied. While practicing, you'll come to know. Margin left, need to apply, it came in line. I think this section looks a little bit better. We can leave. So I want to make it to the full width. So what I will do, can you see here? Like, okay, what is these things? We haven't written these many codes in our page. It is coming from for the map thing. We have just added iframe tag here. This is our code. Inside that there are too many tags. These are all coming from the Google website, Google Maps website. So we cannot add, keep it in mind, we cannot add styles for these tags. If I add style for this tag, it won't get changed. It may reflect here, but it won't get changed. We can manually style till this iframe tag, not in inside of it. So just I want to show this tag. These are all the things which is coming from the other website. Don't add styling to those stuffs. We can add only to the iframe tag. So iframe of with 100%. Okay, I think this section is also looking good. If we can want border, I don't think it need border. Still, if you want to apply border, we can. One second. Sorry. Where I went, where I left. Border I have added. My border is not getting applied. To the iframe tag itself, we can apply border. No need to add here. I don't know whether the border tag is there for this iframe. We can apply, I think. I'll check once, otherwise we can check it later. Here we have already applied border 0. That's why it is not coming. I removed that style. So it is up now. This border is applying. It does not look good much. So I'm removing this. Fine. Mostly, I think it is looking good. How it was previously, just I'm commenting the style sheet. See, this is the HTML. HTML helps in making the website. Making the content and the structure of the website helps to build the structure of the website, and the style sheet makes it to look better. Looks good, actually, not better. Looks good. Without this, we cannot read this thing. Any pages, if you remove the style sheet. So if anybody asked whether with HTML only we can make a website, yeah, with the HTML you can make a website without a good look and feel. But with CSS, can you make a website? No. With CSS only you can add styles to the website content. So it needs both things, HTML and CSS. So JavaScript also it will be needed when the user is interacting. So these are all the questions they'll ask. Previously, one interview, we were telling, right? Whale was taking one interview. One or two guys got selected there. They were asking these kind of simple questions like why we are going for a style sheet. Without style sheet, how it will look, and then why we are going for a JavaScript. So these kind of questions they'll ask. So we need to note conceptually. So when the user interaction is coming, we are going for JavaScript. We need to know when we need to go for CSS, when we need to go for HTML. We should not blindly say, okay, HTML, CSS, JavaScript is used to build a website. We should not say. For HTML, HTML is for content and CSS is for styling and JavaScript is for behaviors, for user interactions. So you should be very clear enough in these concepts. Fine. We have completed with this resume thing. Any questions till now? We haven't completed. I'm going to add one more. Okay, I'll complete and then I'll go for the question. There is another thing called which I love, which we. Okay. There is another property. What I wanted to say is there is a thing called box shadow. What is a shadow? We all know. Box shadow. What is the difference between box shadow and shadow? What is a shadow? Generally, it is kind of a reflection of our image. While when there is a light, there is a shadow will come. So that is the reflection of when there is a light, there is the reflection of our image. So kind of say or image or body or the object, anything. We can say an object, reflection of an object. When there is a light, without light, shadow won't come. That is the definition in the scientific terms maybe. But what we need is we want to add shadow to this box. H2 is a box, right? Box model. And also I can add a shadow to this text. So to this text, if I'm applying shadow, text is also an kind of imagine like an object and box is also imagine like an object. So if I want to add shadow to this text, I need to give text shadow. And then if I want to give shadow here, I want to give box shadow. So first we will add shadow for the box. So box shadow, what are the values present? X distance. See, insert. Okay, we'll keep that for next thing. We'll keep that later. And then x-axis distance. So in the x-axis, what is x-axis? Horizontal thing is x-axis. So horizontally to which height, till which width or height, the height we can say, till which height the shadow should apply. That is the x-axis. So y-axis is the vertically how much distance the value should apply, a shadow should apply. Blur value and spread value. Blur is how much blurred it should be. Spread we will see why when we are applying some values and then we can check. Don't need to think much without seeing it visually. Color property is the color of the shadow. யாரு
சரிடா என்ஜாய் பண்ணுங்கடா. ஆமாடா.
Madan, can you mute yourself?
சரியாடா. கிளாஸ் இருக்குலடா என்னடா?
Madan.
இருக்குடா.
Okay, let him speak. Box shadow. Okay, I'm copying it here. So for now, we can apply to the H2 tag. First, I'll apply to H1 and H2 both. So box shadow. X distance, I'm giving 4 pixel. Y distance, 5 pixel. Blur also, I'm giving 10 pixel. These why we have written in the or is that square bracket? It is an optional. So for now, we will remove these two things are optional. Spread value. I have removed it. Other things is mandatory. Color, what color I can give? For now, I can give black. See, shadow got applied. Can you see? For the box, shadow got applied. So if I want for the text changes, text for the text, shadow got applied. Can you see? This is the difference between these two. Only one other thing is there. For text color insert, spread value is not there. Spread value we cannot give to text. Only to the box spread value can be applied. So before that, what is spread value? So I'll add, instead of explaining, I'll add. So to the text spread value is not applicable. So blur also. Without this blur value, we'll see 0 pixel as blur value. First, we are seeing blur value. So here, without blurring, it is like a same color like black color. So how much blurred it should be? So I am giving without blur, it is exactly like the applying some color to it. So how blurred it should be? I can say 5 pixel of blurred. So it is blurred. I can say 20 pixel of blurred. So it will be little bit more blurred. So when it is more blurred, we can also see in the top also there is shadow. Because how I can say, yeah, I'll show that later. So for now, we can make it to 10 pixel. Blur, you can understand how blurred it is. Spread is 20 pixel. See, to the 20 pixel it has spreaded. So it increases the height. It increases the height to how much pixel it should apply. So I can limit it to only to 2 pixel. It should come. Spread height. I can show it here too. See here, blurring is how much blurred it is. If we increase this thing, if we increase the spread thing, it is increasing the height. See height, this height it is getting increased. So this is the spread thing. This is the blur. While using it, you'll know. So for now, I think this is enough. Spread value we don't want for now. And then I need to teach only one thing, that is inset. I will teach. Before that, I'm applying it to the inner container class. The inner container class section. For the section, I'm applying for this section. So I want to separate. I want to make the sections look little bit separated or little bit projected. That time I will use box shadow. Mostly it will kind of projection it will give. It is coming out of the website kind of projection it will give box shadows. I want some padding to here. So first I'll give background of white. I'll give. Then padding of 20 pixel. The bottom I can increase, and then box shadow I can decrease a little bit. I can increase. I feel this looks better. You can play around it. So previously it was a little bit different. Now it is giving a feel of some projections. Each section is a little bit projected from projection. என்னன்னா முன்னாடி கொஞ்சம் வந்து காமிக்குது நமக்கு அப்படி. Okay, I think we are done with it. Any other thing we want to learn? I think don't have completed. Insert, outset. Yes. See, box shadow, 2 pixel. So if you click on it, you'll get this box. So insert and outset. So in by default insert, by default outset will be there. So we don't need to add outset. If we want insert only, we need to add. What is insert? Inside is it will apply the shadow to the inside of the element. See, it is like it is carved out somewhere. This provides feel of it is carved out. So by to make these kind of effects, we can add insert. So just for we need to see the design, and then we need to check how it is, if it is projected or carving out kind of things. We can go for the thing. Mostly we will use insert only. Outset maybe, sorry, insert maybe we'll use, but default outset is there. We'll use that only. You can give this, and then you can try. We may want a shadow on the top also sometimes, so it should be in the minus value. So you can play around with it. If it is 0, it will give a projection of all the 4 sides. See, so by keeping it here, you can understand for what value it is coming. So it can be in the positive and negative values, but blur and those stuffs, it is not negative, positive value only. So here you can play around. So the thing is, insert is inside of the inside of the box. It will make a shadow. It will give a shadow, and outset is outside of the box. It will give a shadow. I'm not changing anything. So box shadow, you can play around in that box itself. The UI is little bit nice to play around it. I think I have completed this section, this topic. Any questions till now? If there is no questions, please tell no questions. Fine. Only 2 people are accessible to the till now. No. அஸ்வினுக்கு வர்ஷாக்கு எப்பவுமே டவுட். இப்ப வரைக்கும் இல்ல. அதனால 2 பேரும் சொல்றதே இல்ல. Fine. Yeah. While practicing, there will be doubts for sure. When you are saying no here, I'll keep it as till now there is no. Fine. Okay. Because regularly I'm getting this till now no from Ashwin. Usually I'll also do that. If anybody asks, there is no doubt. Okay, whether we can say yes or no. If we are saying yes, then we should be clear in everything. We know that we are not clear in everything. But you can say here, if you understood 90% of the thing, you can say no. Fine, I'll move on to the next topic. Okay. Till now we have completed the resume. Some people have completed prior to me, but mostly you might not have applied these concepts like shadows and those stuffs and these inputs too. So what do you people by today evening or night, the people who are not working, who are having time, should complete this resume by today night or max of today morning before coming to class. And then I need it in I need this to be submitted in your Git. I want all of you to submit your coding in the Git. Please don't mail me as a zip folder. Create a project in the Git and then copy paste your folder, and then you push the code from here, and then give me just a link. don't ping me in my personal message. If you have doubts, you can definitely ping me. But the links can be submitted to Shubha. Maybe in a mail or maybe in a WhatsApp. I'll check with her. I'll ask her what is convenient for her. So you need to complete this by max by today for the people who are having time. If you don't have time, the reason should be valid. You can make valid reasons, but still, I want because if you complete tomorrow, I'll review the code on Monday, and then I can give you comments on next 2 days because I'm in leave this week. I don't have office week a year and leave. I'm going to my relatives place and everywhere. That's why the timing is little bit. I'm managing with the timings. Still, I'll try to make it in the morning time itself because yesterday my throat also got infected, and moreover 4 to 5 if I keep session, I was seeing only 5 to 6 people will be attending. So then I can record and give it, but I don't prefer recordings much because you cannot ask doubts and it won't be lively. That's why I have changed timing now. So I have little bit family commitments too in this week, but still I'll try to manage both. So please coordinate with me. Then if you since I'm in leave, I'll get more time to review your codes. You can ask doubts to me. So please utilize this week. Fine. What is the next topic? This is the very important concept. Next two is most important concepts. First, we will go to Flexbox. First, before going into Flexbox concept, we will see some websites. I think I can close this. Good looking website, yeah. So here, till now, what we did is kind of without my help, without studying this Flexbox, you can make it. Like this is a H1 or H2 or H3 tag, and this is the P tag, and then you need to make it center aligned by giving text align center, or else padding might have applied. Okay, text align center, and then you can add a border here, center border. Okay, we can think about it later. You can add a border here, and then top also you can add a border. So to this with border top and border bottom, you can give, correct. This is how you will think. You need to wrap it inside a div. I'm not sure whether they have written the same code, but I believe they should. Section header. This is a division. So they have added a border color. Border top and bottom they have given color. Left and right is not visible. Text align center. Margin bottom. And padding also they have applied. So yeah, till now I have taught all the things to you guys. This column, please don't mind for now. And then H2 tag, and then this is a P tag. Yeah, I haven't seen this before. I'm opening this, but I know this is how the developer will do. If you go to the worst website, they may do differently, but this 99% of the developer will structure it like this, and then they will code. So till now it is fine, but when it comes here, you know this tag H2 tag and then P tag, and then this is might be image tag or background image tag. They have image tag. It is an image tag. So you can make it. Wait. Don't mind what I'm doing for now. without studying our flex concepts, you can make it like this, correct? You can make it like this. One box, same like that. 1, 2, 3, 3 boxes you can make. Button you can add. Button all you need to practice. Button tag and then background color. But while coming to butter, I need to teach one thing. Hover. There is a thing called hover. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that. Whether I have hover, I might have told, but there are some other things too. I'll note it down and then I'll teach in the next class. That's my pen. One second. Okay, I have noted it down. I'll teach that hover thing. So we'll come to our topic now. Without Flexbox, your web page will look like this, because we don't know how to make it like this. As a column, 3 columns are present. 1, 2, 3 columns are present. Here also there are first we will keep this section itself. 3 columns we need to add. Here also 3 columns. That two in there are 6 boxes with 3 columns. Here also, for now, you know to build this. You need to believe you know to build this thing. Separate things you can build. But what you don't know, you don't know to make it in a columns 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. So you do not know how to make it. That's where Flexbox is going to help us. So whether only these kind of boxes, because Flexbox means only these kind of boxes we need to use Flexbox concept. No. Here also, when we want a column, 4 columns it should be there. We need to visualize it as 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to use Flexbox. Here also we can use Flexbox. And here also there are 3 columns. So we can use Flexbox. Here also you can use Flexbox. How? There are 2 sections. Left section you want for some form, right section you want some image. So here also you can, this is better. Left side there is a section, right side there is a section. We want both to look in a column. So this I can see, this also to achieve this also we need a Flexbox. Actually Flexbox is a new concept in I think CSS 3. But before that there was a concept called floating. Maybe in inspectings you can see float left and float right. Floating concept was there, but after CSS3 Flexboxes, nobody is using floating. I don't think you people need to study floating concepts. But whether if the interviewer asks whether you know floating, you can say that I started studying from the CSS3. Flexbox helps in achieving all the things what floating is giving. So I didn't bother studying that. Kind of you can manage. You should say this, because float, what are the things the float was doing? Flexbox gives more compatibility than floating. But for comparing, you don't need to study that, because it is also kind of big concept. You need to study that, and then you need to study this. I don't prefer. So mostly go with the Flexbox for now. But keep it in mind, there is a concept called floating. If interviewer asks, you should know that you can Flexbox, you check Flexbox when in which version Flexbox came, and then keep it in mind. I started studying from this version. Might be CSS 3 or 4, 3. I think, I'm not sure. You can check and tell me tomorrow maybe. Because I'm not gonna attend interview, because I won't check. You guys can check and then keep it in mind. Because we can't teach everything, so you can check on your own. While I'm gonna attend my interview, I'll note all these points. It may take 2 more years. Fine. Fine. For this, what we can do is, I'll take one example. Already I have. Wait. Style sheet, whether I have written. Okay. FSD, CSS, section 9, text box, index.html, Google Chrome. Yes. Keep it this. Shall I delete all? I'll close this. Closing. I think for responsive, I have drawn this. I think we won't complete with the flexbox. We'll complete for today. Responsive will take tomorrow. Okay. So what I'd readme file also I'll open. Readme preview. Keep it in preview mode here. Then only you know the designs also. Like these images, and with the designs it will apply. Other than that, if I just open, it is just a text message, but it contains all the stylings. Okay. So see this image, there are some technical terms in the flexbox. First we need to understand those concepts. This whole division, first we will see the structure, how we made this. Nothing, we made things what you already know. I can use, you can click in view page source, right click and view page source. You can see this structure here. But we can see the index.html file here also by giving view page source. Fine. So here how the structure is, there is a parent div, and then each thing there is a, inside that there are 6 divisions, because all need some common styling, some spacing, and some borders needed. Maybe I want a mild background color, and then I may need a margin bottom. Why I'm not giving margin bottom is we will study some spacing things and all, so it should not confuse with this. That's why I have added this. So without flexbox, if you add, as I said, you can achieve till like this. So to make it column, we need to add some things. So before going to that, this is a parent div, and the structure is inside that there are 6 divisions, 1 parent and 6 divisions, 6 child elements are there. Immediate child to the parent is 6. Okay, immediate child. It should not say child, immediate child. Immediate division child is 6. Okay. So this parent is a flex container here. So this parent, whole parent class is a flex container here. Each one box is a flex item. So that's what here also mentioned. The parent, the whole parent is a flex container. And then each box is a flex item. So each box is a flex item. There are 2 technical terms we have learned: flex container and flex item. Another thing is, there are 2 axes. Like this is the axis. One axis, this blue color, one thing is one axis, and this y-axis is on another axis. But here we cannot say x-axis and y-axis. Why? We can change this axis. I think I don't want to confuse this with terms, but you can simply think we don't want to mention it as main. I can say main now. For now, visually how it looks. Main axis is a horizontal axis, and cross axis is a vertical axis. Like in y-axis, cross axis is there. In x-axis, main axis is there. In some cases, we can make it main axis in the y-axis and cross axis in the x-axis. So x and y are fixed. Main and cross can be changed. But for now, just keep this concept in your mind. We are not going to see it practically there at all. For now, there are too many things to learn. See, till now we need to learn. So don't want to confuse that. Just there are two axes present, main axis and cross axis. So you should know. So for now, it is in the horizontally main axis is there, vertically cross axis is there. It can be interchanged. That's why we are not naming it as y and x and y axis. So main axis, cross axis. Another thing is main start. The main axis starts from this point where the parent starts and where the parent ends. So main ends. Same like this. Parent where in the vertically where the parent start is cross start and cross end. These are the small technical terms. 6 things we have studied: flex container and flex item, main axis and cross axis. These 4 things are common terms, and this is just start and end. That's it. Okay, visually we can see. To make it like this, what I want to do is flex for this parent tag. I need to give how to make an element flex container. That is the question. Throughout the thing, there will be some question. There will be an answer. So while seeing a website also, how you need to check? We need to ask questions. How to make this in columns? So we need to go for a flex box because they won't. This is not like a question answer. We are going to apply. So when we are going to apply, the question should come from our side, our own side. While seeing a website, you need to check how we can make it in a column. So what I need to do for this? There is a spacing there in between these things. So what I should apply? So question should come from our side, developer side, and then only we can give answers. So it is not like one is asking question and one is giving answers. To make a website, a question should also be from our side. Then only the layout, how to lay out things, everything will come. We'll get practice to it. So whenever you see a website, you know one thing, when we started, myself and my friends started studying, that time like I don't know whether you guys after 1 or 2 developing 1 or 2 pages, you might you can get this feel. Whenever I go to anywhere, I can say FB itself to make it a little bit engaging. Okay, these are my friends list. Okay. By seeing this, what I'll think is how there are using this flexbox we can make this. And what is this? Yeah, this is the input tag. How this tag will be, how it will be. Yeah, it might be a text area because enter is working here. If I click enter, okay, it is in only me, so no problem. If I click enter, so enter is, and I'm applying enter. So text area which I should apply. So here, see, there are sections. Sorry, more distractions. Here, what is that? Okay, section. Okay, this will be in one section. So wherever which website we are using, we got used to that. Sometimes in TV also, in news, yeah, we will check. Okay, some animations are coming. How they might have, that is video. In video they won't use HTML animations. The animations will be different kind of presentation animation. But still, myself and my friend had this thing. Whatever we see, we started thinking how it will come. I'm not sure how many of you getting that, but after developing, after I said, at least you can think about that. Okay. Parent. Actually, I'm not sticking to the concept. Somewhere I'm jumping between some things, and now I showed what is that, FB and those stuffs. It is to make a little bit engaging. Don't deviate from the topic, but you need to practice those stuffs. Like, okay, while saying, yeah, it should come, then we can learn easily. Okay, first question here is how to make an element flex container. Just flex. We need to give flex. So what flex? Display flex. Everywhere I have written, okay, next thing I'll display flex. We have written property of flex container. Okay, I'll tell that later. No confusion. For now, parent I need to apply. What I'm gonna apply here itself, this is the parent thing. I can say display flex. See, simple, that much simple. Just I gave display flex, boxes are coming. Yeah, we understood that how we can make it in a columns. We got answer for this question. Display flex. So blindly for now we'll copy this here. Parent, not child, parent, display flex. Yeah, simple. So what is the second question? In which direction the item should be placed? What? In which direction? Where is the directions here in website? Yeah, there is a direction. Flex direction. Default it is, if I give the display is flex, default direction is row. Row means it is occupying it in a row. In a single row, it is occupying. Column is in single column, each item will get occupied. So most of the percentage we will use row. So row reverse, there is an option called row reverse. What is that? It will, the child 6 comes at the first and then child 1 comes at the last. So if you want this kind of layout, you can say, why ma'am, we can add this div in the top from the first itself. Why I want to do here? I can directly write this div in the here first. Like I think if I write this div first, wait. I don't want to confuse much. Okay. Without this, how it will look? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this, it is applying. Row reverses from 6, 5, 4, and 3, 1. So you can ask me why I need to do that. I can, while writing itself, I can write like this. No need to add that style. Yeah, sometimes dynamically when from the backend the values will come. The practically we might not have access to the HTML page. We might have access to the style sheet. There are cases sometimes we don't be having our HTML file with us. We can access only our style sheet with us. That times and all it will be very helpful. Row reverse we can give. So dynamically when things comes too much to you, but the answer is like, because some people might some people this question will arise, why writing something and then giving row reverse and reversing things? Instead of that I can write like 6 5 4 3 1 2 1 itself. So that time some places we can access only style sheet, or we dynamically when it comes it will be reversed in, it will be the reverse order. It may be in the reverse order. Fine. So what I was saying, to the parent, I'm writing flex direction. So these are the parent contain flex containers thing. I'm writing style to the parent. So these are the styles to the flex container. Flex direction we want in a row only, because we want these that kind of box structures. So for now flex direction row we can apply. We does not need to apply, but because that is the default thing, but still we can. Okay. What is the next question? Should the items be wrapped in one column or take to next line? Yeah, it looks a little bit clumsy to me, like all the 6 are in the same line. So I want to wrap something in the next line. So as the name says, wrap, flex, wrap, wrap. How it got wrapped? Only these two childs. It is taking the width of the. If I reduce this thing, it will get reduced according to the constant inside the item. The width is getting adjusted. Understood? It is not like we are giving some width and it is giving. It is taking according to the content of the flex item. It is getting adjusted. Here, each line is p tag. So this p tag content, the width of the flex box is dependent on this width of this p tag. So if I write, so it is getting more. So for now, what we are studying is wrap. Yeah, there is a thing called wrap. I can wrap it. No wrap is the default thing. No wrap. Wrap reverse. What it will do? This wrapping reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just the columns are getting up reversed. This was before this. 1, 2, 3 was 1, 2, 3 was in the top, and then 4, 5, 6 was in the bottom. If I give wrap reverse, this 4, 5, 6 will come at the top, and this 1, 2, 3 will come at the bottom. That's it. For now, we will give only wrap. Flex box, wrap. Flex wrap, wrap. Fine. Property of the flex container. Okay, wrap is also the property of the flex container. Wrap, no wrap, wrap reverse. We have studied all the things. And I want to give with why written with, I'm not sure. Okay, length. Wait, sorry. Okay. How to apply dimension for an element just like width? Because as I said, it is applying the width of the content. No. I want to, because my design, you were saying that design, it has some width we need to specify. So mostly design, we need to specify some width. So this is the property of flex item. This is the property of flex item. So I need to write this property to the child. So child I need to write. So instead of writing in each, I think some question. No, but he was unmuted. Fine. So child, what I'm going to do is flex basis. I can give in percentage width. So 25%. It should take 25% of width. I can say 40%, 30%. I can give 20%. It will look like this. 25% width, it will look like this. So based on our need, we can make it. So for now, I want 3. So I'm gonna give 25%. Sorry, we should not apply it here. This is the property of flex item. Yes, we got it. What is the next question? Flex basis. We said flex basis. This is the length. Length is how many percentage you want to give, 25% or pixel, you can give 100 pixel. So flex basis we completed. How to align the items in the main axis? How to align items in the main axis? What is that main axis? That is the horizontal axis. If I give some justify content. So if I add there is a property called justify content. We will start giving that. That is the property of flex container. See this thing every time, whether this is a flex containers property or flex items property. So flex containers property. Flex containers property. What I need to do? Justify content. Justify content. Center. Horizontally, it got centered. Not vertically. We will see that horizontally it got centered. Also, I can say flex start. Flex start is that's why they have said main axis. So here, the main axis is horizontal. So it will align horizontally. So here flex start and then flex end. Flex end. End, it is the end. What is that end? That main axis end. So main axis end you have see here, right? Main axis end. So from the it will apply to the it will move towards the main axis end if I give like this. And there are, I can say space around. Space around is I can give space between. So between I need space in this thing. Here child 1 starts here and the child 3 ends here. In between I have added some spacing. But if I give space around, so left and right side, some spacing will get added. While working only, you can know, you can see how it is getting applied. Now, if you see, this is the padding, but left side of the child 1 and right side of the child 1, some space is getting added. Another thing will be there, space evenly, I think, space evenly. So evenly the space will get adjusted. If you see, you can understand, like for now, if you see, left side also some kind of same pixel, right side and right side, all the sides. Mostly we will use this because in the design we may need the even spacing. So justify content and also sometimes center we will use center. And then we will give padding to this thing, like margin 20 pixels. Like this we will do. So whenever one child is getting deleted, it will come like this. See, center. Mostly we will follow this pattern. Justify content center. Fine. So justify content is to align the items in the main axis. That's it. There are these many things, these many values you can apply to the justify content. What is the align items? Simple, as we see this. Align items is cross axis, vertical axis. It will align in the vertical axis. So this also flex containers property. So I can give align items I give okay parent container thing. So justify content center. I'll remove this margin for now. Margin where I have added here. I don't want this because we don't know where the space got added. That's why I didn't add. So align item center. So it will take whenever I'm giving align item center, it will take only the height of the content. So there are things align items stretch. This will be the most of the times we'll use. How much ever the content will be, it will take the full full height. I think he has given some height. One second. Sorry. Okay. What I was teaching, align item center. So align item center meaning it will align the things in the horizontal, what is that? Vertical axis, cross axis. So keep telling us cross axis and main axis itself. So there are too many things present here also. Flex end. So flex end, how it looks is within this thing, within this called row, it is coming in the bottom of the flex end. It is coming, and then start is here. It is coming start. Center meaning in center. It is within this column, within this section. It will align to the vertically center. Now it is aligned vertically top. If I give end, it will align vertically bottom. Simple. You can play around it, and then you'll come to know, okay, where you want to use what. So only there are 3 or 4 more items. We will complete that soon. There is an align content. When you will go for align content, what should be the spacing between items and cross spacing? So for now, wait, we'll align content. We'll keep it like this. Align content center. So that was like it was previous one is it was taking each items, and then while here if I do something, it is taking us each row, and then it was saying, okay, this is at the top and this is at the bottom. If I give align items, align content, it is taking us a whole column, and then it will a whole section, and it will align center, and then flex end meaning end of the parent tag. Center is center of the parent tag, and then top, if I give a flex start, I'll give top of the parent tag. Mostly we'll use these two things: align items, justify content center, and align content center. Keep it in mind. Many places you'll use this: justify content and align content. So what is align self? How to override default alignment by individual alignment in cross axis? Yeah, you have given one thing, flex start and those stuffs, but I want, wait, I got confused. No, these are the things we applied to flex container, but what I am going to do now is for the child element. So for one child, now I am going to give child 1, align self, the word self itself is applying to the self, each thing, flex end. So see, all the things were aligned at the top. Only the first element got the alignment, takes the alignment of flex end. So override the to override, or if we want to give particular alignment to only one child, we will go with align self. Otherwise, we will use align items or align content. Fine. So mostly we won't use this, but keep it in mind. Okay. Okay. So mostly what I was telling us, align self, how to override default alignment by individual alignment. So already the alignment will be coming from alignment content or items from the flex container. if I want to give some particular element to the particular item, flex item, we will go for align self. So that is how we were written, how to override. Fine. Flex. What is this flex thing? How to set size of an item with respect to other items. What is this? What they are meaning? First, I'll do this. So firstly, I can say to the child flex 1. So it is taking 1 with flex basis won't apply here. So I can take it flex 1 with the 1 each. Okay, take like this unit is 1. I'll explain this thing. Only to the child 2, I can say flex of 2. So what it will do is, it will take the width of 2 times, twice the times of this width. If I give 3, it will take twice the times the width of this thing. So whenever we want to give some relative width, sometimes in your case, you may need this. That's why they have written how to set up a size of an item with respect to the other item. It depends on the other item. So if it is a 100 pixel, then this width will be 300 pixel. If it is 200 pixel, this will be 3 times that, 600 pixel. So keep it in mind, we won't use it much. So with respect to the other items, if we want to set size, we will go for flex. Mostly we will use flex basis to give all the width for all the elements. Flex basis. How to set the position of an item with respect to other items. So what is this? Position. So I can make it like fourth element should come in second. Same like I said, like reverse. Why I want to make in Flexbox, like in CSS, why I want to give, there may be something dynamically we may need to position this here. So that time, first I'll say we can write order where it went to the third, at last it went, because basically what it is meaning is these order ones, or these 5 things has an order of 0, and this has an order some number 3. So which is higher? 3 is higher. So this will take the last order, and these are all on the same phase. So child 2, what I'm giving is order 2. So among this order 2, these are all the order 0th order, so it is coming first. This comes at the order 2 is the next biggest number, so it is coming second, and it is coming third. It is not like 1 2 3 4. All the groupings, order 0 is for one group, and order 2, and then order 3. If I can make order 4, where it will come? It will come next to the child 1, because child 1 has an order of 3, so it will come 4. So it is not the number where it should place. Like you may say order 1 is there for order child 1, so it should be in the third place. It is not like that. Depending on the order of the other, it will get aligned to it. So from the small number to big number, it will get aligned, you can say. Simply I can say to the small number to the big number, it will aligned. So here the smaller numbers are 0, and then for child 2 it is 2, child 2 the order is 2, and child 3 order is child 1 the order is 3. So 2 come after 2, 3 is getting aligned, and then after 3, 4th, I'm saying this order number, not this child numbers. So order number, we should see the order number, and then it should align from the ascending order. This will also be used rarely. Main things we will use is display flex, yeah, definitely. Direction, wrap, basis, justify content, and align content. These are the things we will use regularly. So play around it, then only you'll get master net. All the things you'll do with the flex items only, like all the layout structuring you'll do with the flex things only. So there is a CodePen. CodePen is a forum. We can add code and then we can publish it for the public. Whale has added this page and then he has given nice presentation of flex containers. So here you can play like column. If I give column, how it will align, row reverse, how it will align, column reverse, how it will align. And then if I align self, if I give flex start, how it will align. See? So he has given for each items what we have studied. Flex end, how it will align, stretch. So stretch will stretch all, it will stretch to the fullest. And then flex shrink, okay, the two things you can leave for now, shrink and grow. Other things you can check. Flex end. See, justify content, space between, space evenly, or space around. Flex basis 50% if we are giving. What is that here? Where it is present? Yeah, here. So I can say 20%. So 20% it is taking. Why second item is much? Because to the second items flex basis is 40%. I can give 20 to this also. So 20% of width it is taking. So like this you can play around it. The center I'm giving or as a whole it is coming. Space between I'm giving. This is align content. So align content will act in the cross axis, that is vertical. So space between. So yeah, if you start writing your code, you'll get used to this. No need to think this is a big thing. When you have some when you have some requirement, you will come to know how you can use. I can give some small section which I showed you in website, right? I'll give that. Try to do that on your own, and then you'll get used to of it. So mostly the homework for today's homework is resume. You need to complete the resume. If you have time, you can start with Flexbox also. I'll give a task on that, but we will give a timeline based on that. I think Shubha is on leave today. She has just now told. Okay. For today, you can submit your homeworks to me, like those links you can give to me in WhatsApp or mail. Okay, mail it to me. After evening, I can check, or in the morning I can check. Mail it to me. Don't WhatsApp me in personal. If you have any doubts, you can WhatsApp me. So for Flexbox also, I can give one task to you guys. Timeline we will decide tomorrow. So there is only in CSS, there is only one topic. There are too many topics in CSS like animations and all. But to make a good website, good looking website, which I showed you, right? For those, mostly many topics I covered. There may be some topics left out. When you people are getting doubts, or when I feel okay, you can understand this thing this time. That time I'll teach those stuffs. So only topic pending is responsive. What is responsive is we want one liner. I'll say in HTML, our websites should look good in mobile and then tablet and then in all the devices. So to make our website look good in all the devices, we will go for responsive. Responsive designers, we want to make our website to look good in all the devices. Simple. So we will cover that tomorrow. So after responsive, you can develop for mobile also. So no need to think much. Mostly this week you'll be occupied with the tasks. January 1 is coming. That time also 3 days leave will be there. If you guys want, we can put those what is that doubt clarification sessions on those stuff. I'm open to keep this weekend. So let's decide based on your need. So start coding coding the resume today, and then keep practicing with Flexbox too. I think I'm done for today. Pavi, Ninga, read me like, yeah, I am sending daily the readme files. Daily I'm sending. It is in the Gmail. I told you the first day itself, right? Like I'm sharing the files with you guys in the files folder. I'm sending it. பார்த்துக்கோங்க அங்க readme போட்டதே உங்களுக்காக தான். The readme file mainly we have designed this for you. So it is not to teach, just to teach for me. I think where it will be shared. Google Drive. Shared with me. FSD trainees. Files. So I'll put all the for the last 2 sessions I put here. Now also I'll put upload these till now whatever the sessions I took. I'll upload all the files here today, by today, maybe in the next half an hour. Fine. Any doubts till now? Because in Flex, yeah, you'll be having doubts. You need to practice and then you need to get it down. But still, if you have any doubts which I can clarify now, you can ask now. Two hours a long session. If it is 2 hours, whether it is boring or a little bit tired, இதுக்கெல்லாம் நீங்க தான் ஆன்சர் பண்ணணும். Yes, boring. No, it is not boring. Even though it is boring, I need to learn. So I can, you can, or else you can say, we can take a little bit of break of 5 minutes in between. Confusion தான் boring. இல்ல. Confusion தான் boring. Yeah. Confusions will be there because the topic is a little bit tired. Yeah, I can understand because you are traveling. You are waking up and traveling to your workplace and then seeing, yeah, it will be tired. 2 hours, it is little bit tired. I'll try not to take 2 hours of session. Since I missed yesterday, I took, mostly it will be 1 hour session. Any other questions or shall we wind up? Ta-da. Okay. Others? Only Naveen is there. Thank you. People are keeping your keyboard too far. Thank you, man. Bye. Thank you. Bye. Ta-ta. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day ahead. Bye. Bye, Gautam. Bye, Abhinesh. Thank you. Sitting.